Hey guys, what's up? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of Dem Game Boyz. Yeah! Alright.
What up?
So, my name is Keith. I am your host tonight and most nights, and I am here with...
Local contrarian Eli.
Yes, you are.
I don't know if I used that one. I feel like I did.
You've used a lot of these.
Oh, fuck you, Kian.
Okay.
Using the same one every time.
Yeah.
Think it's not hard to come up with a new title to describe how badass I am? You'd be fucking wrong.
Just call yourself the Beetle hater.
Get a
You'll be
fucking
more
thesaurus.
badass than a lot
Why
of
don't you just be
people.
the local Banff then? Just...
Local Bohemian Rhapsody hater.
Well, then I'd be in that same boat.
I just
with
love
you.
how every time it's local. Always local.
It is local because you and me are like the only people that don't like that song.
Yes,
I'm
it
really-
could be worldwide.
I'm really excited though that you and Gil are gonna be doing the top 10, are gonna be voicing the top 10s together.
You're gonna relate that to Bohemian
I'm
Rhapsody.
no,
I'm excited you and Gil are gonna go see that
No,
movie. I was
because, like,
I fucking
you're
guess.
at
I
it,
was
like,
aren't all of us gonna be?
Yeah, I was
sad?
like, I don't know what.
Your attitude, like, no, your attitudes though are like really, like, they don't contrast, but they really work
Tell
well.
me I've got an attitude
No,
problem?
like your
It's just
personality,
attitude
similarities.
adjustment?
like your. Well, who are you before we get into this? You never said your name.
I'm Water Drinkers Act.
Okay,
I'll
well,
start slapping bitches.
we're like, I think that like you guys doing the top 10s together, like. You'll have the more like sarcastic sounding reasons for the top 10, and he'll have more like the funny, goofy, punny sounding stuff. Reasons for the top 10.
Gil has the sarcastic stuff too, though.
Not really.
Mine's more dry sarcasm.
Apparently, a lot of people get a hit out of it, though, Eli.
It doesn't get any drier than me.
Yeah, but Gil never uses dry. Like the only dry sarcasm is when I say something, he's just a dick about it. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Most of the time, he tries to say the pun jokes, and we're like, all right, that's great.
That's one. As if Max was still here, he'd say, "That's one."
But what have you guys been playing lately? You know what? I'm just gonna ask Zach. Have you
I actually went through an assortment of stuff before I came here. I was just reviewing some old games.
Okay,
on
and
Xbox.
what were they?
I just went through WWE 2K18, GTA 5, and Mafia 3 again.
Damn, I was really hoping it would be like WWE 2K18,
2K17, 2K16, 2K15, 14, 13, 12, 11,
SmackDown
10,
versus Raw.
all the way down to
God,
just
right.
SmackDown. And then
Played that.
I'm also currently working on installing Red Dead Redemption.
It's a fun old time.
Yeah, that's
Have you
right.
ever played Red Dead Redemption?
Nope.
Oh, you're in for a fun time.
Was that 15%?
Know that anything that gets touched by the front of a train will actually just blow up in a bloody mist.
What? I guess I'll find out.
Yeah, don't touch the front of a train while it's moving. It will blow you up in a bloody mist.
What have you been playing, Eli? KOTOR.
Yeah, I played KOTOR, which I almost got done with, but then there was a sale on Steam today, so I bought some DLCs for a game I already had.
What was that?
Well, it's called Crusader Kings 2. They have a really scummy policy, but I really like that game. It's basically like if you buy the base game, it's a shell of the game, and you have to buy some of the DLCs for it to be worth it.
How's KOTOR though?
I enjoy it. I'm gonna move on to the second one someday. I haven't beat it, but I know how it's gonna end. But yeah, I don't know. I really enjoy BioWare's games and such.
I like this is pre-EA.
I mean, they're still about the same. Like, I know it's gone downhill recently with Andromeda. I still want to play Andromeda. Can't be that fucking bad. Like, even with all the, like, terrible cutscenes and shit, it's like, going back to, like, KOTOR, it's like, yeah, the cutscenes aren't great. There is zero emotion in anyone's face.
Yeah, but that's with the system.
I know,
yeah.
but it's just like, it'll be the same thing to me in Andromeda, too. It's just...
Where I feel like,
Eh.
no, the only reason I feel like that is because, like, the way they make, like, Anthem sound is that it's gonna be, like, their way of, like, a Destiny game. That's what people are saying. That's why it's taking longer now, because they're putting more, like, focus on the multiplayer.
I mean, they have kind of been slowly moving towards that. Inquisition had Mass Effect 3 had multiplayer, which was just
Yeah, but that was like a
hot garbage.
Yeah, it was like a horde mode.
They integrated it into the fucking solo campaign is why it was terrible.
Oh, that makes me mad.
Yeah, it was like you had to defend the fucking galaxy and you could only hit 50% unless you played the multiplayer, and then you would have to like play it every day or you'd lose 2% off of your meter. Basically, it was weird.
That's dumb.
It was really dumb, mostly because like take me, I played it like fucking 5 years after the game came out, and then it's just like, who the fuck am I gonna play the multiplayer with? No one. I wouldn't want to even if I fucking could, but yeah. And then Dragon Age Inquisition had some multiplayer that was kind of just a fun arcade mode, more or less, so.
I don't know, it's just one of those things. I've been playing Doom again, because I love Doom. Doom's just a fun-ass game.
Which version?
The new one. It's just a fun game, and it's just, I enjoy the shit out of it, and it's just, it makes me excited for Bethesda's Rage 2, which is our first trailer.
Yeah, I'm also excited.
I'm
for that,
excited
to be
for this
completely
game.
honest.
Is that the...
It looks like an open world Bethesda game that actually fucking works.
Yeah.
And it's not like your enemies are gonna be spinning off into the fucking
Well, what-
sky. I could be wrong on that. I don't know.
It looks like post-apocalyptic Doom, though, to me, instead of, like,
Okay,
demons.
that's the one.
Okay, no, it looks like Borderlands, but more realistic and less like graphic novel graphics. I don't know how to describe it.
Comic booky, cel-shaded.
Yeah.
It's the cel-shaded stuff.
I don't know. Either way, yeah, it strikes a very like Borderlands vibe for me,
I thought it looked
and I'm
interesting.
completely fine with that because the recent Borderlands games have been kind of bad. I don't know.
When was the last time they came out with a Borderlands game?
I believe that was the pre-sequel.
Oh.
I think there was talk of a third one, but since Battleborn did bad, I haven't heard about it.
There's rumors that's what's going to be at E3.
Okay.
Just Borderlands 3.
Yeah, because I think there were some logos going around and stuff.
My thing about Rage 2 is that this was part of the secret reveal that Walmart Canada accidentally put out. Like they put a list of things that you could pre-order, and like there were games that were like supposed to be on the E3 roster to be showed, and like one of them was Rage 2, and then the Rage Twitter account that's been inactive for 6 years is like, actually it looks like this, and Bethesda's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Stop. So like, oh shit, I guess we'll just put this out, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty excited because Rage 1 was fun to me.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. At the same time, I just want Bethesda to make a game that's not Skyrim, to be honest.
I don't want Bethesda to keep re-releasing shit.
That's what I mean. I want them to make a game that's not Skyrim. Just release something new. Although Elder Scrolls 6 would be my preference. But, nah.
I don't know, I think Bethesda...
I'll try Rage.
My problem with Bethesda is that like they just like will no longer give any like critic copies anymore because of the Fallout 4. You never heard about that?
Mm-hmm.
So like Fallout 4 was like super bad. You know, it came out super shit ass buggy.
Yeah, all their games do.
A lot of like reports were like, don't buy it until they get patches, and Bethesda's like, fuck you guys. We're gonna not give our copies to critics anymore if they're just gonna badmouth our games.
I hate people who do that.
And then like,
It's like,
so
oh
like,
man, I'm not gonna give my copies to critics who criticize me.
so millions of people bought like the new Skyrim edition, special edition, and it had fucking bugs, and like everyone.
Because it just had the same bugs as the original Skyrim.
Yeah, but my thing about that is like
with better water.
Yeah, Bethesda is basically this like they made you pay for fucking horse armor for like.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, like, it's just Bethesda does this shit where it's just like, you're gonna say bad shit about my game? Well, we'll just give it to these guys who just suck our dicks and be like,
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people who do that. I don't get it. I mean, I kind of get it from a marketing standpoint. It makes more sense, I guess. But like, on a public relations standpoint, you just look like a gigantic douche.
well, it's kind of just like
The thing is with Bethesda, I think they're so established it won't affect them anyway. It'll just they can look like a douche and people will be like, oh, Bethesda's shitty, but I'm still gonna buy Rage 2.
It's kind of just like when JonTron did Far Cry Primal, and it's like it's a fucking ad for the game. It's not like him being like, oh, this is a really good game.
I don't watch John.
Or like PewDiePie. I don't watch
PewDiePie either.
Well, PewDiePie was the biggest like distinct of like he got paid by Shadow of War when Shadow of War first came out.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's like people were mad because like he wouldn't say anything bad about it, like, but there you could tell there was shit that was bad about it.
Yeah. I don't think I'd even be able to do that. Like I feel like they take it too much to heart, and I kind of get that because it's something that people work on, like a game. You work on that for fucking years, and yeah, it's may or may not put your heart and soul into it, depending on it's like Ubisoft, probably not.
Yeah, like if you go, like if you're a fucking game designer in Ubisoft in Assassin's Creed and you're piss poor mad about Assassin's Creed Unity sucking.
I'm not gonna say it about all of them. Some of them might, and then it just gets diluted by the rest of them not giving a fuck. I don't know.
You know what I mean, though? Like, if you're like that for Assassin's Creed Unity, if you're like, well, those people are fucking assholes for saying this mean shit about my game, I'm like, you fucking deserve it.
But yeah, no, that's the thing, is it's like, I don't even see those as bad things. Like, think about the original Skyrim. It was super buggy, and then it just became part of it. It was like, yeah, we know it's buggy. Still like it, though. Game still works, like, most of the time. And it's like, you get these funny-ass glitches and stupid shit with the physics engines, and yeah. It's like, it's still a fun time.
You just paid $20 for water.
Hmm?
You just paid $20 extra for better water.
Oh, on the fucking special edition?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but...
It blows my mind.
I was just saying that, like, when people criticize games, like, it's not even necessarily saying that they're bad. It would just be like, oh man, that's kind of dumb.
Well, that's the same thing with like people, like actors.
As long as it's not fundamentally ruining the game, I don't care.
It's like actors and directors getting mad when like critics are like, your movie was bad. It's like, it wasn't bad. You just don't understand my fucking views. I'm like, all right, well,
It's like, if you don't understand it, that makes it bad to them. So,
if I can't relate to your movie and I don't like it, that means like I don't like it. Where like you and I have differing opinions on Thor Ragnarok. Like you cannot.
You're wrong mostly.
You cannot relate to it, but I really enjoyed Thor Ragnarok just because
you can relate to it.
No,
what?
Because okay. The reason why I enjoy Thor Ragnarok, just a quick like fucking tangent, real quick on Thor Ragnarok, is that it is very homage to the 1960s, 70s, and 80s Thor being psychedelic fucking trips. And like with the city and shit like that, so that's why I enjoy it. It brings homage to Jack Kirby's artwork and shit like that, in my personal opinion.
I don't like it because it took what they were doing, completely threw it in the trash, and then we made Thor a stupid, bumbling idiot, which he's kind of dumb in the comics even. So like, I'm fine with that, but then he's also like a sarcastic jackass at the same time, who's smart at times, but then just fucking stupid at others. And it's like, how the fuck? And then they also ruin World War Hulk. They were like, this really cool plot line, we're gonna kinda put it in, but not all the way, and fuck you. It's like, we could have made a solo Hulk film that would have just been fantastic. Nah, get that shit out of here.
They actually can't make a solo Hulk film.
They could have waited.
The Hulk is owned by Universal.
Yeah, they could have waited.
So, you know what else is really dumb? Power Rangers Legacy with Street Fighter characters.
Yeah.
I actually did think it was dumb, yeah.
So this is the
pack.
I watched about halfway through it and I was like, oh, this is just stupid. Alright.
If you've ever been one of those guys who would be like, how cool would it be if Ryu and the Green Ranger fought? This is your game.
I don't know if anybody who's ever thought that.
Apparently a lot of the internet did. They made a fucking video, like a fucking fight video about it, and it got like 10 million views.
They were doing the wrong fictional fights.
Next week, Green Ranger versus Ryu.
No.
There's not even like a common theme there.
They just
Which I know there doesn't have to be, so we just usually stick to one. I don't know why.
I think because it makes more sense.
Makes them more comparable.
I have one for Victual Fight Club that I want to actually put out there, but we'll go into that when we get there. But I honestly believe that like this. I like Street Fighter a lot, but it's not gonna make me want to play the mobile Power Rangers game.
Oh God! While I was watching it, the fucking M. Bison grin is on his face no matter what he's doing. Just so you know. And it's fucking terrifying.
God damn it.
Because it's like full teeth, like fucking grin. And it's, oh God. That was some shit.
And then we go to Green Hell, which is a survival game.
Yeah, it sure is. There was a top comment on that that described it pretty good.
What was it?
It was just Far Cry combined with the forest. It's just like this is Far Forest.
I mean, I don't.
Like, yeah.
We have no idea how it's gonna turn out. We just kind of just.
It looks pretty, but I mean,
Yeah.
so did Ark.
Yeah. You don't like Ark, do you?
I played the shit out of Ark. I don't
You're not
like
gonna
the
buy
oceans.
it. Yeah.
What?
You're not gonna buy it though.
Ark?
Yeah.
I own Ark.
Oh, you did. Okay.
I bought it like 2 years ago, probably even 3. It's been a while.
Is it still? It's not a Is it? So it's a legit now finished game though, right?
Yeah, but the last time I knew, they still added to it. So
Okay. So it's not like
it
PUBG.
was more. It was more. No, it kind of is like PUBG. It's more like they call it finished, but it's really just they wanted to up the price tag because it got so popular. Is what I feel like they did. And then they do still just put stuff into the game to improve it.
Right.
So it's a little better than PUBG in that regard, but it's still I still felt like it was a money grab.
Yeah.
The physics and stuff is still fucking broken. Last time I played anyway, it's been a couple months.
Then we go to Eden Rising Supremacy. And I have to look at an image of this to remember what it was about, because I cannot remember.
Remember rat people, I think? Were dead? There was something about a priestess is dead, tree of life, if I recall. I think that's the right one.
Yeah, okay. This one was weird.
It was weird.
Yeah, I don't think it's a rat people, but they
They
did.
had like mouse people.
Did they? Okay, yeah.
They were
so
like dead on the ground, yeah.
Okay,
Because
so
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
it looks like it's an adventure game. I think.
It sure looks like a game.
Yeah, it's a game.
I know. I don't even know what type of game it's supposed to be. So
It's $15 on Steam right now.
early access.
Early access.
Okay. I was like, is this completed? Because I still don't know what's going on.
So yeah, it looks okay. Then we go to Mario Tennis. It's just a 45-second thing, but that's Mario Tennis.
Was it something about Luigi being captured? Or did I watch the wrong trailer?
Tennis.
He
fucking got
He
him
was
good.
fucking captured by like a tennis racket or some shit. And
Is
you
that what
gotta
it's
go
about?
through this story, and you gotta beat a bunch of challenges to get him back. That's what I watched.
That's kick-ass. No, apparently that's what it's about, because I can't imagine anything else that would be.
That is what I watched. I was like, what the why?
That seems like a Mario game, yeah.
I thought it was just gonna be them playing tennis instead.
Because they mixed it up, it's Luigi captured, not Princess Peach, I guess.
Instead, it's a fucking. I do believe it was a tennis racket just came down, abducted Luigi, and then Mario just runs through a path to get him back and just plays tennis with Boo and all this other bullshit challenges.
It's fucking something. I don't know why they made it.
Oh, because Mario Tennis is the shit. You shut your mouth, but
Never played it.
No,
Can't
I
judge.
feel like it is not the shit, but it is shit.
we go to the final trailer of Octopath Traveler, and again, I'm super excited for this game. It just makes me super happy that like we have all the 8 characters, and like what makes it interesting is that like each of them have their own talents too with battles and shit like that.
Yeah.
So again, this game is like probably the reason why I'm buying a Switch is because of Octopath Traveler.
That's weird, but alright.
I'd rather buy it for
He
Super
doesn't want
Switch Bros.
Zelda or Odyssey. He wants Octopath.
Doesn't even want to play Super Switch Bros.
No, I really don't.
Which, I mean, I'll be honest, I'd rather play Octopath Travelers than
Super Switch Bros.
probably anything except Super Switch Bros and maybe Zelda. maybe.
Maybe. No, I don't know. Ever since we saw that first trailer, I've just been interested in Octopath Traveler. I've been just following it, so
I've been interested just because I want to see how it does.
Yeah, I hope it does really good.
I want it to prove that there's a market for those type of games.
The vintage style games.
Well, not even that, because there is a market for that, more or less. But just like where you have a set character who can do certain things. Like that sounds dumb, because like battle arenas, it's like Overwatch. It's like this character can do certain things, but like
in an RPG setting.
Yeah, I guess more in an RPG. Kind of like Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Had that shit where it's like, oh, you want to be the dwarf? Well, he has this shit.
And
Barbarian has this shit.
Yeah, I like that. Do you want to be the dwarf? Well, everyone's racist against you, so everything costs more. It does. No, it's fucking true. You think I'm kidding? Play Baldur's Gate.
I watched the trailer. I don't remember much about it.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like shit when you're the dwarf, and like John's buying things like dirt ass cheap, and they're like it's 250
No, that's
gold.
because his charisma was higher.
This is like, good God, man.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Then we go to Death Gambit.
Death Gambit.
Yes.
I know I watched it, and I do not remember.
Let's see.
So you said the movie trailers blended together for you. For me, it was the game trailers.
I mean, they all kind of. I watched them all at once. Was the
same? I just remember.
Oh, it's the adventure RPG.
Oh, fuck, the tower defense.
Yeah.
Alright, no, I do remember this.
That looks interesting.
It's a thing. I don't know how the fuck it works, because like half the time they're not using tower defense, they're just like, I don't know, hack and slashing, I guess? Not really.
Right.
But, so I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Right. Then we go into the Kingdom Hearts 3 gameplay, and oh my gosh, I'm so fucking pumped!
I'm sorry.
I specifically didn't watch it because in your text you told me that I would have to watch it.
Oh,
I'm not fucking
dude,
doing it.
I'm sorry, I forgot to watch
good.
it.
It just looks so interesting. It's like Wreck-It Ralph is a summon in that. It's just dope. Yeah, it's just dope.
Some gay ass shit.
Have you played the Kingdom Hearts games?
Me? No.
No. Okay.
I've watched enough on them to know that I wouldn't particularly enjoy them a lot because I don't really care for Disney characters, and also a lot because the combat looks strange, I guess.
I haven't played or watched anything about it. So.
It's weird.
It's fun.
And then also part because everyone is like, man, you should really play it. I think you'd enjoy it. And it's like, oh, you go fuck yourself. I'm not going to enjoy it.
Me, whenever someone tells me to watch Space Jam or Lord of the Rings.
You're going to watch Lord of the Rings.
I find it...
I feel like Eli's just going to drag me into a theater.
Right back to Asia.
I think Eli's just going to drag me into the theater, just sit me down and make me watch it.
The fuck would we watch Lord of the Rings in the theater, my dude?
They would probably...
They'd probably do a special
not that
at
long.
Point.
Yeah, it's like, and not that long. They might do like a 20th for it.
And Eli's just going to drag me in there.
Didn't they do that for movies?
Sometimes. Yeah. Like bad events do.
Not around here, though.
Well, no, you have to fucking drive to
Minnesota or some
Des Moines or some shit.
You have to see some fucking nerds dressed as hobbits.
Dressed as what?
Hobbits.
I heard habits.
Habits.
Dressed
as
like
hobbits.
habits.
Yeah. No, like Kingdom Hearts 3 looks super dope, and I'm like super pumped for the game. I just wanted to get out. Like you kind of like each summon they show is like a certain world. Like you got the Rapunzel world, you got the Big Hero 6 world, and so it's super.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like super interesting to me.
Oh, well, that's just.
You caught my attention when you said Big Hero 6.
When I hung myself?
So it's super interesting to me is that might be one of the big things that they're going to be like hitting on. So yeah. So let's go to the video game news. There's apparently a movie adaptation of Monster Hunters in the works by the guys who did Resident Evil.
Oh boy.
A lot of people do like those movies.
A lot of people are fucking dumb. So.
I've never seen them.
Hated those movies.
No, they're on, like, how many fucking movies exist?
7.
I was gonna say, it's like, isn't as many as the games?
They're on sci-fi all the time, I believe.
A lot of people who haven't played the
Sci-fi.
Resident Evil games like the movies. I think that's
Those are the people you want to like the movies.
I know, exactly.
Those
That's
are the new audience.
I guess it's just doing its job.
I personally don't care for the games probably wouldn't care for the movies either.
But you're not a big survival horror fan, though.
Well, I'm just not a big horror fan.
Same.
And
I know
also,
you aren't.
And also, it's like,
I
from what I've seen, it's really weird. I don't know what's going on most of the time.
Play a bunch of new
Something with the president's daughter sometimes.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. It's just, but the Monster Hunter World movie, I don't even know how the fuck you're supposed to like turn it into a movie.
So it is Monster Hunter World specifically?
No, it's just Monster Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Monster Hunter Z.
Because I was gonna be like, I don't know, because I haven't played any of the other Monster Hunter games.
There's no story in the other Monster Hunters.
Absolutely none?
No, it's essentially basically, yo, go out here, fucking kill this shit.
So kind of like Monster Hunter World.
Right, but like they never had like an Elder Dragon like or anything like that. You just kind of just went out there and just like one of the villagers said, "I need to go get like hides of this certain animal." And you're like, "All right, I'm gonna go get this hide of this certain animal."
I guess I don't think it would be hard then to put a story in, since their lore is so undefined.
Right.
As long as they had big weapons and fighting big ass monsters, which, you know, it wouldn't be hard to just be like, oh, here's a fucking Rathalos. It'd be like a Pokemon movie. You're just fucking throwing monsters in there that people know.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh man, this wyvern.
Yeah, pretty much. And so, yeah, I think they could do that and be successful, since it's just so undefined already.
So they may be rebooting the Resident Evil TV series as a Resident Evil movies as a TV series.
Huh.
I mean, I just established I don't care.
I don't know. I heard the idea is like they want to make an anthology
I didn't even know.
movie.
I didn't even know there was a fucking. Or no, never mind. You corrected yourself. Never mind. I knew what I meant.
So the Deadpool 2 director, he also directed John Wick. He's also adapting the Division movie, and he says that his movie will break the video game curse.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Yeah.
I would be surprised, but at the same time, maybe not, because it's like, if you take a shitty game and then make it into a decent movie, people might think it's great, just because the game was bad.
So it's
like if they made a Destiny movie that explains some shit that's just not hardly explained in the game, it'd be like, I'd think that would be fantastic.
So it's Stockholm Syndrome then.
But
That's not Stockholm Syndrome.
what?
Like
Stockholm
you hate the game so much that the never mind.
That's not Stockholm Syndrome. Stockholm Syndrome is like you get like abused numerous times.
I'm talking about the games being so shitty.
I know, but that wouldn't be Stockholm.
Right.
But that wouldn't be Stockholm. Stockholm
If it's
Syndrome
like
would
the
just be like
The
accepting
games are
that
so
you-
shitty that something halfway decent in the movie comes out. It's like, this is the greatest thing in the world.
That's not Stockholm Syndrome though. That's just admitting.
I get where he's going with
yeah,
it.
that's just admitting your
but-
shit's a piece of shit, and you're just like, oh, see.
Maybe I got
No,
the
he's
wrong term.
just saying you keep coming back for more despite the games being shitty.
That's just abuse.
Well, I mean, it could kind of be Stockholm Syndrome, but I'm not going to debate this shit. I don't care.
So we got some. Yeah, I don't know. The fact that they're making a Division 2 just also makes me angry, and
are
that's
they?
another
Really?
story. It's supposed to come out in 2019.
They're full of fucking sequels of
When was
shit-ass
the
games they released.
When was the last?
Oh, yeah, we skipped
Division?
over the Crew, too.
No,
Oh,
when
yeah,
was,
thought
when
about
was the
that.
last Division game made?
2014.
I thought it was
Really?
15.
That long ago?
Thought it came out before Destiny, and Destiny came out in 2015.
Destiny?
Yeah.
That came out in 2013. The Taken King came out in 2015.
Did it?
I'm pretty fucking sure.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that.
I can look it up right now.
I think it came out in 2014. Destiny came out in 2014.
It might have come out in 2014. I could be on that.
Damn it.
Right. Yeah, no, it's just, oh yeah, we saw the Crew 2. It's okay. I think I'm not a big motorsports fan, I guess.
I mean, I got burned hard by the original Crew.
The Division came out in 2016.
Okay.
Oh wow, it was even after. Damn. I thought it came out in 2015.
And Destiny 1 came out in 2014.
Yeah. Anyway, Crew 2.
Yeah.
I don't know. It a lot like the first one. It looks really pretty. It looks cool. Is it gonna be cool? No, it'll probably fuck you right in the ass again. I'm not getting stuck with that fucking game this time.
Wait till it's like $5 and then go get it.
No, as like.
Because everyone bought a physical copy.
Yeah, I didn't want to buy it, and then like my brother and a couple of my friends bought it, and they were like, "Man, this game's really fun. I'm having a fun time." And I was like, fuck, I guess I'll buy it and just through the store, because I live in the country in Iowa, so it's like, to actually go buy a physical copy means I have to drive for half a fucking hour.
I do that.
And then half an hour back.
I do that.
So, and then it's just, after like, I downloaded it, which took like a day on shitty internet. The next day, people were like, "Man, this game is shitty. All the cars drive the same. Fuck this. I'm returning it." And I was like, "Oh, well, I don't fucking have that option. Guess I'm playing the Crew." And so I went further into it than anybody else who fucking owned it.
So, Eli, Lawbreakers and Radical Heights developer Bosky is closing its doors according to a statement.
Like, they're just shutting down?
They're shutting down.
Radical Heights didn't make enough money, huh?
As today, Bosky Productions is effectively no more, the statement reads. 4 years ago, I set out to make a world-class video game studio, and I hired some of the best talent in the video game industry. They worked tirelessly to produce quality products, and while we had our ups and downs, I'd like to think we would have fun doing it. And if you would stop fucking flipping the pen, Zach.
Can't.
Bosky's first game, Hero Shooter, Lawbreakers, launched last August to a solid acclaim, but as Blesnick said, it failed to gain traction.
Yeah, no, I'll give them that. Lawbreakers was, by all means, I never played it, looked to be a quality game, had great graphics, but that I don't know how it played out other than footage I've watched. Because there was actually a decent amount of hype for that game. I was surprised it flopped the way it did. But yeah, not Radical Heights. That was not a great game or anything. That was like a last-ditch effort. Maybe we can jump on this bandwagon and make some money.
Did not work.
No, apparently not.
So, guess what,
Because people are so embedded in Fortnite, you can't get them out
do you
of there.
know do you know how Nintendo brought us the SNES back?
The N64 is coming back?
No, the NES is coming back again for a limited time.
Again?
Yeah, after Nintendo, for I think it's the third time, was like, "Oh, we don't have any more NES, guys. Sorry."
We just got more phone batteries, guys. We're making more.
Yeah, so basically they're just like, and guess how much they are now? $120.
All right. So how much were they before?
Like, I think they were 80.
Right, well, fuck them. So what we do is we buy like one of these a piece, then sell them on eBay for $400.
And someone will buy them.
Oh, absolutely. It might be a while, but yeah, someone would.
So, fun fact, they're thinking the next Star Fox game on the Switch is going to be a F-Zero game, a racing style game. And I'm pretty stoked because I fucking love F-Zero.
Falcon?
Yeah, no, Star Fox having an F-Zero style racing format.
What's F-Zero?
I don't.
It's Captain Falcon's racing game.
Captain Falcon.
So
I feel like no one knew about until he was in Smash.
Probably.
Like, I'm the same way. That's why I was like, man, where the fuck did this bastard come from?
I always
with
thought
his
Captain...
bullshit fire punches.
I always thought Captain Falcon was just his own franchise, like by himself, not racing.
I mean,
he's the main character.
Yeah, it's like
yeah, but I mean,
kind of, but the game isn't called Captain Falcon. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
With a name like that, you'd think it would just be like,
oh, it's called Captain Falcon's in the
F-Zeros. This is Mega Man. This is Captain Falcon.
I probably have no room to talk because I spam Lil Mac. Fuck Captain Falcon's punches.
But no, I don't know. I don't really give a shit about Star Fox or F-Zero. So
I like F-Zero.
I know everyone's like, we want a Star Fox game.
That isn't shitty.
And Eli's just in the corner, like, fuck that.
So
Yeah.
apparently,
I'm just like, I want a Witcher game.
So-
Fuck the rest of you.
apparently, people have been saying game headset sales have skyrocketed because of games such as PUBG and Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Like the purchasing of game headsets, like for Turtle
Oh,
Beaches.
headsets. I didn't
Yeah.
hear that part.
Have
I thought you just
skyrocketed.
said game sales in general. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess Fortnite doesn't sell copies.
Game headsets have just
Jesus.
skyrocketed just because people.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet they fucking have. Which I don't get. I'd never want to fucking talk to anybody on any of those, but whatever.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets me on that one. Is
I know
like,
it's a
what?
big thing on computers more than consoles.
Yeah. I'm thinking it also is just those wannabe Twitch streamers that are like, oh my
That-
gosh, I could get
That's
a
the other
headset
thing
on.
I
and
was
could
gonna say.
Put this on my head and be
Give
like,
me
look
Drake."
at my awesome, look at my awesome shit.
I mean, we can't say much. We're on like the same tier of content.
Oh, check out our Rochambeau's Twitch account coming up. We'll be live playing
Oh, God.
Super Mario Brothers.
Hopefully we'll meet Drake.
And I'm not fucking playing Super Mario Brothers. I hate platformers.
Just play Super Smash Bros. Again.
Yeah.
We'll get sued.
Just
That's
turn down the
probably true.
music.
Maybe we get sued for Super Smash Bros. Or not, Super Mario Bros.
Touche. We'll be playing the Neo Geo Arcade.
We'll play. No, we gotta play something
We'll
they
play
can't
Minesweeper.
We gotta play something they can't sue us for, so we're gonna play Duke Nukem Forever. That company is dead as shit. No one even wants to acknowledge it. They'll never sue.
Gearbox is still up. We'll just play Colonial Marines then.
Oh boy. No. If I wanted to do that, I'd just play fucking the No Russian mission. That's basically what that game is. Gunning down enemies, can't really fight back.
Then, now we go into some. Speaking of the Neo Geo, SNK is releasing a mini arcade classic. It's apparently supposed to be the size. It's like an arcade box, but it's like the size of, I think, your TV.
My TV?
I would assume like
Just the size of a regular arcade box.
I was gonna say like I think it's either supposed to be the size of my laptop or the size of like
Yeah, I imagine it'll be like.
I'd go with the laptop.
I imagine the screen will be like the size of your laptop.
Yeah, that's dope though, dude. I love that idea. And like the concept is like even if it's smaller, it could be like an HDMI console in a sense. And like, but for me, it has like I love SNK because it has like Metal Slug, it has fucking King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, like all these games I used to play as a kid. Like I really enjoy them. So like, that to me was why I think I would be excited for this.
Meh.
But I'm also just kind of sick of people jumping on the retro bandwagon, I guess.
That's yeah. I don't know. I think it's good to let games die and then only live on in memory. Otherwise, you go back and play them, you're like, man, this is shitty.
And our final news story is that there's leaks for the E3 premiere that Pokemon is going to go back to the Kanto region. We're going to have Gen 1 Pokemon for the first game on Switch because they just patented the names Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu.
There's no way you can summon Moltres when you're not even in the Kanto region.
So that's super interesting to go back to Gen 1.
Are they also including other generations?
I'm assuming so, yeah.
Because otherwise, that's really gay.
They just are like, fuck you, Eli, we're just going to do Gen
Look
1.
at this. Look at this game we made 10 years ago, but with better graphics and all the colors.
10 years
So
ago, huh?
remaster.
Yeah, 10 years ago. Fuck you.
Yeah, 10
20 years ago.
21, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, because Pokemon's 20th anniversary was last year.
I don't give a
It says old as I am.
It's, you know, I'm really...
Pokemon loving bastard.
I'm really excited. I don't
I
love
bet
Pokemon.
you like dog fights.
And then after
I
one
personally don't
loses,
like
you throw a
Pokemon.
ball at it.
I personally don't like Pokemon as much as, like, I think, like, John and Gil do. Again, I told you, I straight up grew up more liking Digimon than I did anything else.
I also did.
It was the shit. Digimon was the shit
Well, it's
to
because
me.
like Pokemon was like yeah, these are animals fighting. Occasionally there's a dragon, but like
Or a rock.
Digimon was like they were sentient, and it was like they could be anything. It's like this one's a fucking dragon. This one's a goddamn cyborg dinosaur who shoots nuclear missiles out of his chest. It's like, and this one's pretty much just a knight. And it's like, oh fuck, there's just something for everyone.
Do you want Jesus as the Digimon? We have that.
I mean, they have that in Pokemon too.
No, they have Jesmon, who's like, it's fucking awesome. Jesmon's the dopest of the Digimon knights. Like, I follow Digimon lore hardcore, like, just because I really enjoy it.
I mean, obviously I dropped off. I don't.
Like, Digimon is so badass to me, is that they have, like, a legit mega level form that's based off of high school Japanese delinquents called the Banchos. That, like, they're their own group that have gone toe-to-toe with, like, the strongest group, the Royal Knights, and have lived to tell the tale. I'm like, that's badass. Like, Bancho Leomon is by far my favorite character of all time. He's just Leomon that just doesn't give a fuck and is wearing a Bancho uniform. So we have, like, a couple of video game questions, which is 2 this time. And one of the video game question is, what is one thing you hope that E3, that one of your companies will be showing off at E3?
Didn't
Crackdown
we do
3.
this last week?
Crackdown 3, I won it.
Didn't we do
It was
this
supposed
last
to
week?
come out like
No, we didn't.
2 fucking years ago.
We just said games we would hope would just come out. This is just like what E3 would have.
Also, Anthem. I guess. And there was some other one too, and I don't remember the
Are they
fuck
going
it
to show
is.
anything for the new Spider-Man game, or is that basically ship sailed and is coming out?
No, they'll probably show something on it.
They usually do that.
Dude,
Mine would
that's what I
probably be Cyberpunk from CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of too.
And anything Bandai Namco has that's a fighting game that uses the Arc system. If they do that again. Cleaned out, really excited.
Yeah. There's some other game too, and I feel like I said it last week, and I don't remember what it was.
Oh, and the other one is, if you could change a genre of a game, like, say, like, they're like,
Are we switching questions?
yeah.
Zach, do you have anything?
I said the Spider-Man game.
Oh, I feel like you want Red Dead 2? What do you...
So,
I mean,
like-
Red Dead would be good.
Red Dead's
as
just
well.
coming out in
Yeah,
October.
so, like, if you
yeah.
could switch the genre of games, what, like, say Final Fantasy becomes a first-person shooter, like, what's one game you would do that to?
You just play Final Fantasy 7 is his name Baracus.
Yeah.
First person shooter. Minigun arm. Oh god. Would I change a genre?
Yeah. I would turn Red Dead Redemption into a fighting game.
Just turn
That'd be
GTA
really
into
weird.
an RPG game.
Hi, Diviz. You have
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah,
You have items. You have levels.
I don't really know though, to be honest with you, because I don't play a big variety of video games.
Well, why are you even here, Zach?
Because I enjoy being here.
Okay, that's understandable.
I'm a huge fan, man.
I guess I would have said turn Pokemon into a fighting game if they already fucking did that with Pokken. I guess, like,
So I'm trying to think of like there's been a lot of like I don't know.
I guess, like, for me, I'd probably turn, like, Mortal Kombat into an RTS.
That's what I'm thinking. That'd be really weird, but that's kind of what I'm thinking.
No,
of is-
we're like, okay, so, like, you know, because, like, they're fighting for kingdoms, and I'm pretty sure that they all don't just, like, Kotal Kong had fucking troops in Mortal
Yeah,
Kombat
and, like,
X, where,
when
like,
they invade fucking Earthrealm in one of them. I don't
Yeah.
remember which one.
that's what I mean, they had, like, Tarkatan soldiers, I'm pretty sure you could leave, like, that kind of RTS
Yeah,
stuff.
no, I think it would work, but like, no, I was thinking of that too. I was like, what franchise? Because there's a lot of them that I think of where I'm like, man, this would be cool as an RTS. Like thinking of the scope of what's going on, and I can't think of any. Is there a Star Wars RTS really?
Not really.
That'd be a good one. Surprised that hasn't been a thing. But no, I was thinking Halo, and I was like, that's already an RTS. You can't really make it into like an RPG or anything, so it'd just be weird.
Halo fighting game.
That would also just be weird.
Halo
That's just
racing
Halo.
game.
They kind of had that. Custom games has pretty much had everything.
Honestly, real talk, I kind of wish they would have done the Mega Bloks game that they were planning on with Halo.
Oh, yeah.
That one looked really, really good.
I wish they'd either do that or make a Lego Halo game, which I know it's Mega Box, but shit. I'll take either or. Doesn't matter to me.
Probably, I'd actually be honest with you. I think because Mario actually did an RPG game back in the day. It's not actually on the SNES.
Paper Mario was an RPG kind of.
Yeah, but there was actually a legit one by Square.
RPG.
Yeah.
It's on the SNES Classic.
Yeah, it's on the
actually.
SNES Classic.
Mario RTS.
That'd be weird. They have Mario Rabbids, yeah, technically.
Regiments of like toads
Yeah.
or Koopas and shit.
Yeah. So that's been our video game podcast, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
There's a Star Wars RTS. Someone fucking tell me about it. That sounds kick ass.
Also, let Eli know about the Star Wars RTS. Have a good night.